Great day and welcome back to Mindful Moments, where we have short conversations about the things that matter. I'm your host, Vivian Bell, and this week we're going to discuss the art of letting go. I want to remind you that when we are called to let go of something, it does not mean we're giving up on that thing. It means that we're letting go so that we can make room for the things that we're actually supposed to have our hands on, in, and the work that God has called us to do. I want to also let you know that when establishing boundaries, that when you are establishing healthy boundaries, that the person or people or situation where you need to establish this healthy boundary, those who are for you, who love you, who respect you, will never ever be angry, mad, or have a problem with the healthy boundary. They are probably already telling you that you need to get some boundaries. They're probably already telling you, as my friends were telling me, hey, you need to rest. You need to get you somewhere and have a Sabbath. You need to be in a place where you are just allowing God to refill you. So when I set boundaries and said, hey, I didn't call you back after this time, or I didn't do this at this time. I know I usually show up and do this at that time, but I'm establishing this new routine in my life. None of my friends that love me had an issue with it. What am I saying? Only the people who are taking advantage of you, who are violating your boundaries, who have taken advantage of the fact that you have not either established boundaries or are sustaining those boundaries, are the only people who will have a problem with your healthy boundaries. And well, they're people you want to lay down anyway. Yep, I said it. Lay them down and keep it moving. You cannot afford to allow the slow down, the weakening of you because of someone else's burden that is not yours to carry. Many people will impose their burdens on you. You will even have people who will tell you God said. But if what they telling you God said is not a confirmation to what God has spoken to you, and you are diligent about seeking the Lord, praying in his word. And I'm not talking about you have to do it every day and pray for 4 hours and 5 hours a day, but you are leading a life and you have a relationship with God, and what they say to you does not confirm that word, then I'm going to say, go with what you know God is saying to you. So listen, I'm reminded of this story in the Bible. And there was this prophet that he was sent by the Lord to give a word to this particular region. And his instructions were to not stop, to not eat anything, and to not stay there. And God also told him, do not go out the same way that you came in. Well, he did everything God told him. He spoke to the young men he was supposed to speak to. They went back and told their father what this prophet had told them. The father, who had previously been a prophet, and that's a whole nother story, and I'm not going to go down that road. And he came to the man, to the prophet of God, the one who knew God had spoken to him, who obeyed the Lord. He came to him and said, hey, well, come to my house. I've made dinner for you. And he said, well, I'm not supposed to stay here. I'm not supposed to eat here, and I'm not supposed to go out the same way I came in. And the gentleman said to him, he goes, well, I'm a prophet as well, and God told me to tell you that it is okay for you to do so. Well, that prophet took the man at his word over what he knew God had spoken to him. And he did what the man told him. He ate that meal, but on his way out, he was killed. He was mauled to death. And his body lay there for others to look at and see, until that same prophet who lied to him, old prophet who lied to him, came and took his body away. Be mindful of people who have issues with you having healthy boundaries. There it is. I said it. I'm Coach V. You can find me at mindingwhatmattersnow.com. You can follow, share, like, and subscribe to wherever you're watching this video at for more mindful moments where we have short conversations about the things that matter. God bless you and have the most amazing week.